You got me?
What's going on?
You got me? All right, cool. There we go.
Yeah, I got you. You're good if I record this, right?
Absolutely. Hey, this is my brother Antoine. He just want to sit in.
What's good? What's
What's up?
good?
Yeah. No problem. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good.
Just before we get started, just a little bit of a question. Just if you have anyone that you could refer me to, or anyone that you think I should be talking to or interviewing, just let me know. Anyone else
All
that
right.
you?
You can
Yeah,
Chan, my point guard, talk to Chan. DJ. I know some other guys that play too. You can interview them as well if you want.
perfect. All right, thank you so much. Awesome. All right. So that will get things started here on Jackson Share Sports Radio, an interview with the one and only Adonis Arms. I am so excited to introduce him. Joining me here, Big South newcomer of the year, player of the year in the conference. He is 6'6", plays for the Winthrop Eagles, transferred from Northwest Nazarene. Is that how you pronounce it? Nazarene, correct? Nazarene.
Green.
University, where he was the 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Player of the Year. This year, he's averaging about 10 and a half points, 4.7 assists, 4.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, about 40% from field goal percentage. And versus Villanova in March Madness, you had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, but 17 minutes. So, how does it feel being Big South Conference Newcomer of the Year?
I mean, it's nothing really. It's just an award.
Yeah.
I really wanted to beat Villanova in the March Madness thing, but I mean, it feels good to get that recognition and that award. So I appreciate it.
100%, 100%. You definitely need to be recognized because you've been balling out this season. So definitely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. You're just so explosive on the court. Watching your highlights, just highlight reels over cutting to the basket and just continuously putting on a show for everyone out there.
Appreciate it.
How do you get it done? And what do you think are your biggest strengths and weaknesses?
How I get it done is just it's just the mindset, just going into every game, especially last year with the up and down minutes and the frustration that we went through. Even though we had a good season, I think us pushing each other every day in practice really told a story in the games that we played and how we all played together. So for me, I just think it's work. I just think it's giving all grace to God and just always working out. Me and him actually just left the gym, so that's why I had to push it back a little bit because we was leaving the gym. So
Yeah.
just work, man.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I've heard this across all my all the people that I've interviewed on the show. Hard work results in just amazing rewards and results paying off. So definitely keep that up. Hit the gym, like you said, hitting the gym, coming back from the gym before the interview. Appreciate you giving me that detail. A lot of people don't, tell me about their personal life and just what they're doing outside of the interview. But appreciate you doing that.
100%.
Yeah. So what is one word that describes you as a player? And I guess we could go with your brother too. What's one word that describes both of you as a player?
For me, actually, Nate Buss, he does some interviews and little radio show. He called me a bucket. That was his word that described me, and I'll just go with that, bucket. But for me, if I gave myself a word, it would just be competitor. That's what it would be.
Sure. What about your brother?
I say I'm basically all around scorer. You feel me? I could do a little bit of everything on the court, but yeah.
I got you. I feel you. I got you. So that definitely, I see you guys both with that position, and just you guys have been for Winthrop. You guys, Adonis, you've been great all season. It's been just amazing to watch you guys just thrive and succeed and just make it this season. This season has been. You don't even understand. Not you, but other people don't understand how hard it is for college players this season. Like just the
100%.
aspect of no fans, just oh God, I can only imagine. What was that like? What were the practice protocols like? What was an everyday life like for you?
With the addition of COVID and not having fans, it was really, like basketball is something that's fun and you want to do, but like not having fans and then getting tested every single day, twice a day, going into practice, having to wear a mask and like being away from your teammates every 15 minutes to shoot free throws because of COVID restrictions, and like
Oh,
there's X's on the floor where you got to stand on so you're not next to people. It's a different thing, you know. And then when you walk into the gym for game time and it's blank, like it's empty, no fans, just your coaches, um, janitors, like it's crazy, man. Like it's
wow.
crazy. And in March Madness, we actually had a little bit of fans. We actually had
Yeah.
a little bit in there. So even that little bit, it felt different. I wish it was packed because that feeling is something you can't explain.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with no fans, I can only imagine just it must be so quiet and just sad in the arena, while you're just sitting there trying to hoop and no one's there to support you but your teammates. I guess your teammates support and your coaches support is great, but I mean that you really play as well for the fans as well. So uh
100%.
yeah, so it's definitely something absent in your game in terms of fans. So that definitely sucks. I hope that there's fans next season. And I know you'll probably go to the NBA or attempt to go to the NBA. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, definitely a tough season. Definitely a tough season. So how are you feeling about your coach, Pat Kelsey, leaving for Charleston? How do you feel about that?
I mean, Coach Kelsey, he's a good coach, man. So with the success that he had 2 years at Winthrop, going back to back as a champ, the first year he got snubbed for Coach of the Year, and then this year he actually got it. So I mean, he's well deserving of that award, man. He works hard. He's a good coach. So when you have success, you're gonna get blessed with rewards, and you got to look at those as a piece to take care of your family. So for him, I think it was just a family move. I think it was just something that he was looking at that, this is a better opportunity for me to support my family and for myself too, for his goals that he has. It was a great move for Coach Kelsey. I have nothing but love for him. I wish him the best and everything he does. So that's about it.
Awesome, great response. Uh,
100%.
so how did how did it feel to make March Madness this year? Like, I know we talked about this, but what was just like, the hotel, what was everything like? What was when you got there, what'd you do?
When I first got there, I went to the View. I just went to my room. Well, we got to get COVID tested before we could do anything. So we walked in there. We had like bags and stuff on the table from March Madness that gave us like towels, other bags, like a whole bunch of stuff. Like there was a whole bunch of drinks everywhere. It was crazy, but we had to get tested first, and then we had this little tracker that we used in practice all the time. And when I first got to my hotel room, I just went straight for the view because on the opposite, like on the other side of the street, it was this hotel and it had the huge tournament on the hotel on the building. So I was just
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
that, and I was just soaking it in. Honestly, I was just like, yo, I'm actually in March Madness. Like seeing all the banners and everything everywhere, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
What
But
was that? What was that feeling like? I mean, out of 64, out of all the colleges, D1 colleges, you were one of the 64 colleges that made it. How does that
yeah,
feel? I mean, Jesus.
it felt great. It felt like we needed to be there. You know what I mean? We didn't get ranked in the top 25 this year, and that alone blows my mind. We went 23-1 before the tournament, didn't get ranked, and then we had more to show. I think Villanova, they got away with one. If we played them again, we'll definitely beat them. But just being there for that point in time for a week and a half, 2 weeks, however long we was there, it was fun, man. Like it's time that I'll never forget. Like I want to go back type. Like it was super fun.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously including the tournament, obviously going 23-2 is not an easy task. You can't make that up and do that overnight. That's just not something that happens like that. It takes a full season for that to happen, full effort, everyone putting it in their all. And so with that in mind, what helped you and your team advance to 23-2? How did you guys make it through this season?
It's Coach Kelsey's philosophy. It's the next thing, like whatever that is. If it's practice, we on that. If it's film, we on that. If it's grading with the system that they have, we on that. If it's we're playing Villanova, then that's the task we on. It's just the next thing. It doesn't matter if it's free throws, your homework, like whatever it is. That's what we're gonna put 100% focus in, and that's what we did the whole season. So. Having back-to-back games and COVID, you got to be real focused, man. You got to lock in. You got to block everything else out. You just got to remain not too high, not too low. You just got to remain solid. So that's what we did. Just listen to Coach Kelsey, listen to each other, worked hard, fought a little bit in practice, but it was fun, staying focused and just doing everything that we had to do for the season.
For sure. Just a little bit of a game plan question. What was your game plan going into Villanova? What were you guys thinking? I know you guys were hyped. I mean, you were literally in March Madness, so that's got to be hype. And if you're playing against Villanova, who's one of the best teams in the country, at that time, what was going through your head? What were you thinking? What was the game plan? What did Coach put an emphasis on?
Coach just told us to do the same thing that brought us here, because we were top 10 in rebounding. We are one of the fastest teams in the country. We score the ball. We have the best bench points in the whole NCAA that year or this past year. And we just got that heart. We can play with anybody, no matter if they're high major, low major, it don't matter. So going into Villanova, we knew we had to rebound. We knew we had to run because they only play like 6 or 7 deep, and we played 12 deep. So just running, trying to get them tired, rebound, push the ball, feed DJ in the post, hit wide open threes, just take advantage of all the mismatches and piercing the gaps for the whole game. So I think that's the game plan was, and we tried to do it, and fell short.
Yeah. What do you think is the thing that you and your team needed to what do you think is the thing that you and your team needed to do in order to win that game? What would you do next time if you played them again? What would you fix?
I think we were up 63-62 at one point, right? So at that point in the game, I think we should have just not relaxed and go off of what we did of playing fast or shooting the ball quick and hitting threes. I think we should have just listened to the game a little bit more, read the game, force them to miss shots and then control the pace, not just run, get all fast, control the pace. Feed DJ because he was a mismatch for them in the post, and then look for open shooters, what we do. So I just think if we got another shot, we'll beat them. I just think they just had a good game. They played well, and they exploited the mismatches that they did. Jay Wright is a great coach. He studied us. He studied Chan, and he got it done.
Well, I mean, you guys were sticking with them. So, it's not like they blew you guys out. You were sticking with them the whole game, like you said, that you were even leading at a point. There's not even it's to me, it's like they're not even that much better than you guys. I feel like you guys you had, like you said, slow it down, control the pace, control the tempo, and make sure that you have control of the game. And I think that's definitely what you guys, if you were to play them next time, that's what you guys should do. So last question here. What are you planning to do as a result of this season? Are you going to go to the NBA, test the NBA waters, go to combine, go to workouts, practices, or, other options? What are you thinking?
I'm still open right now. I hit the transfer portal a couple of days ago, so I'm just listening to people and trying to see where I fit. Entering the league and testing the waters isn't out of the question. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. Take care of my mom and little sis. So I'm talking to my coaches here in Arizona to see what we got. And honestly, I don't know the answer to that question yet because it's still early. So I'm open to whatever. Definitely down for workouts, but that's about it.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Adonis Arms, joining me on this show. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this show, Adonis. Really appreciate it. Sorry about the mix-up in names. That was my fault on the DMs. I just I got a lot of stuff going on right now, but hopefully we can run this back soon, man. When you make it to the league as well, we'll also run it back. I'm excited. You have a chance to go to the NBA, Adonis. This is going to be great. And NBA stuff will be all over you. So it's going to be great. Thank you so much, Adonis. We'll run it back soon. Peace.
All right.